The last 8 weeks, I've lost 9 kilos or 20 pounds for the more primitive imperial system users. Basically, this is where I was beginning of February, and this is where I ended 8 weeks later. Now, this might seem fast or even extreme weight loss for some, and you might have heard that losing weight this way is not sustainable. It's going to ruin your metabolism and all kinds of myths like that. But as I'll be explaining to you today, this is completely false if you know what you're doing. Plus, what I would argue is that what is not really sustainable is basically being overweight, unhealthy, lacking drive, both sexual but also in all of your life endeavors, struggling with low energy, with low focus, low confidence ever since you finished college or got married or started a family or started a business, or whenever was the last time that you remember yourself feeling good, looking good, and firing at all cylinders. Not to mention that once you are done dieting, if you have the right habits in place, which we'll be talking about today, you can once again start enjoying the things that you like. I'm not saying that you can pig out every day, but if you have some structure to the madness, you can enjoy things like pizza, pasta, burgers, ethnic food, traditional food, whatever that is for you on a weekly basis. For me, eating is one of my favorite ways to hang out with my friends, with my wife, and after all, breaking bread with your tribe, with your family, with your loved ones is a sacred experience in almost every culture. It connects us with the people we love and choose to spend our time with. It loosens us up, and it creates great experiences and memories that you cherish for the rest of your life. Basically, this is how we are meant to live, right? Not hating ourselves after overeating, not feeling guilty after enjoying a meal, not thinking of what you have to do to burn the extra calories with every bite of dessert you have. Instead, once you drop all the extra fat and you put the right habits on autopilot, enjoying food can be guilt-free and fun again. So the truth is that losing weight fast only fails to work if you do it like most people, which basically looks something like this. Number one, not having a clue of how much protein you're getting in or consuming a ridiculously low amount of it. Hey, how many grams of protein do you get every day? I don't know, like a moderate amount? What is actually protein? How much protein is there in bananas? I like bananas. I did have a big steak last Sunday. How much protein is there in kiwi? I like chocolate. 2 grams per unit. Is that enough? Number 2 is not strength training, which combined with a low protein diet only makes you look skinny fattier, since instead of losing fat, you actually lose a lot of muscle. Number 3 is having no idea of how many calories you're getting in. The reality is that winging it with your food intake and simply aggressively starving yourself or following some fat diet never really pans out. How many calories are you getting every day? I don't track calories. I'm currently doing the zucchini and Kinder chocolate diet. I mean, what is a calorie after all? Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. Have you lost any weight though doing that? Number 4, you have no idea for how long you will be dieting, since aggressive diets are meant to be over somewhere within 6 to 8 weeks. Number 5, having no metrics of measuring your progress, which is important for the reasons we'll be covering next. Number 6, very little non-exercise related activity. How many steps do you get every day? What? And lastly, and most importantly, is not having a game plan and a set of habits to follow once your diet is over. All things that are the complete opposite of what we'll be doing in our new program, Project Underdog.
By the way, if you're wondering what is Project Underdog, this is an 8-week program that has everything you need to build muscle, drop your gut, and carve a rugged, strong, and lean physique using only a set of adjustable dumbbells and a pair of gymnastic rings. So if you're looking for a zero fluff program, just the nitty-gritty stuff that works, plus expert guidance and accountability, then make sure you check out the new page that I've created below about this program. And do not forget to subscribe to the Underdog newsletter list, since we'll be starting soon and spots will be limited.
On the other hand, if you have the right habits, system, and structure in place, here's how a proper, fast, 8-week aggressive weight loss plan looks like. You see consistent and steady change on a daily and weekly basis. Things such as your weight dropping when you weigh yourself in the morning, or losing centimeters of your waist when you measure yourself weekly, all things that fuel your motivation to keep going. Two centimeters down since last week. Instead of looking skinny fattier, as most people do when they lose weight aggressively without strength training, without getting enough protein, you actually look leaner, more muscular, and even bigger in a good way. Now, if you're wondering how the hell is that possible, what happens when you get stronger while losing weight is that your body reveals better proportions, you look fuller, you look more sculpted, and you look visually bigger even though you're lighter on the scale. It's kind of like a magic trick and a positive optical illusion. The truth is that if you do it the right way, seeing results fast boosts motivation, builds confidence, and creates powerful momentum that keeps you going. After all, this is how we are wired, because nothing motivates you more than progress. I would argue that if you have a basic amount of self-discipline and you're ready to do some planning, knowing when your diet will be over, knowing that you'll be making progress fast and that you'll be seeing results on a weekly basis makes this approach easier than, having to follow a very tiring, long, and prolonged diet. Now, as I was thinking about today's video, I was reminded of a comment that I recently got under one of my videos of this guy saying this basically while I was having one of my classic cutting meals, beef patties with some veggies and mustard on the side, Dijon mustard, because I'm not a complete peasant. And the reality is that this comment sounds completely ridiculous to me. There are actually people that would kill to have a high quality protein meal like this one. And if you can't have that on a diet, then my response to you is that you simply have to harden up a little bit. All right, so one of the most important things if you want to make sure that you are not sacrificing muscle when you are losing weight is getting adequate protein. Research is pretty clear on this. Protein is what your muscles are made of, so you just need a lot of it, okay? How much is that? Well, this is a personal log here of my first weeks of dieting, and you can see that more or less my average is somewhere around 220 grams. Personally, I like being on the high end, aiming for anything south of 2.4 grams per kilo. That might seem a little bit extreme for some people. If that is the case, then aim for at least 2 grams per kilo. This is what we'll be starting you with in our program, Project Underdog, and the more you can get above that, the merrier, while being on a diet. Next most important thing when you are on a diet, if you want to optimize body composition, is making sure not only that you are strength training, but that you are actually getting stronger from week to week. If you're a beginner or intermediate, or at least if you're a more advanced trainee, making sure that you are maintaining your strength. So how do we do this? How will we be doing this in Project Underdog? Well, this is just a random workout log I picked from one of my trainees. What I want you to pay attention is how we'll be tracking your progress, right? So as you can see here, you'll be filling in
your body weight or the weight that you're lifting with each exercise. And you'll be also filling in your repetitions. And based on that, you'll be getting a total volume score, as you can see over here. Okay. Now, your goal every week is to outperform your previous week's performance by getting a higher score. Okay. So as you can see here, trainee got 4, 4, and 4 pull-ups. And his next week, he got 4, 5, and 4 pull-ups, right? So, 1 extra rep, this shows in the total volume score. And because of that, I highlighted his performance here with a green marker, meaning that, you did great, keep going. And this is one of the ways that will be helping you in Project Underdog, okay? So very important that you are moving the needle a little bit towards getting stronger every week when you are losing weight, unless you like looking skinny fattier, unless you like losing a lot of muscle while being on a diet.
And lastly, you want to get the right amount of calories. Specifically, what you're aiming for here is about a 30% of a calorie deficit. Again, things that we'll be adjusting for you in our new program. One final point here. If you do such an aggressive diet and you are starting already relatively lean, the reality is that you might lose a little bit of muscle, even if you follow all the things that I covered previously. But just because you'll be placing yourself at such an advantageous place, in terms of physiology, insulin sensitivity, metabolically, and all that, the moment you get back to maintenance calories, or even better, if you want to do a slow bulk, like I'll be doing next, you'll be regaining that muscle before you know it. So that was all for today. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm always happy to get back to you. Make sure you learn more about our new program, Project Underdog, which is starting in a few weeks. And if you join our newsletter list, you'll be getting a special discount. And until next time, keep on training.